Hello dogs, Lildawg right here, right now. Welcome to another visual novel. About several months ago I played a visual novel known as Magical Eyes Red is for Anguish. One of my favorite playthroughs of all time. And I've gotten another one up from the same publisher. I don't think it's the same developer. In fact, from what I can tell, it isn't the same developer. Let me see. Oh, there are multiple endings for this. I'm gonna be very busy then. But I actually don't even know who made this, but I do know that Fruit Bat Factory published this. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of configuration real quick. Increase the sound a little bit. Alright. Let's go. Miniature garden, let's go. I stood in crimson. It's alright. The girl's words resound in my young ears. It's alright. Yet crimson continued to spread, completely ignoring the whimpering filling the room. The girl whose eyes were just as crimson continued to whisper in a gentle voice. It's alright, Yasu. I'll kill them for you one day. And when I do, it'll be as though nothing ever happened. Wow, we're getting off to a very great start. Sounds like a freaking psychopath or sociopath or whichever definition for this. I don't know. So it's alright. The girl continued to cry, clutching tightly onto the doll in her arms. An inexplicable sin. One too heavy for a little girl to bear alone. It's alright. The irresponsible words would remain forever frozen in my ears. Well, alrighty then. We're off to a good start. I got me some milk here, so yeah. I'm probably gonna skip this. Probably copyrighted music or whatever. What a pain in the neck. So, Yasunari. That's 20. My dependable childhood friend took care to count the exact number of sighs I had released today. I mean, our cultural festival always means just listening to the principal babble on for half an hour, then messing around for a bit, and that's it. Everyone even goes home early. So why is there like a million things we've got to prepare before it? It's not even that much. You're just lazy, Yasu. I'm not lazy, and please don't call me that. Mr. Yasu? That sounds even worse. I directed my eyes to the friend that just appeared out of the corridor. Yasunari, the guys are asking you and Ayana to help sorting out those papers. Why me? Because you seem like you've got nothing better to do, I guess. I don't know who thought that, but they must be blind. I was literally in the middle of another task. Stop your bitching and moaning. It's just proof that everyone's relying on you. That doesn't make me happy in the slightest. But I guess I had no other choice. I hurried to get this task out of the way for now. What a pain in the neck. 21. Let's go take care of that crap, Ayana. Aye, aye, sir. You're such a hard-working guy, Yasunari. I'm glad I picked you for the task. I hope you get run over by a truck. This is like every I know someone who's very pessimistic. This is something that they would say. Oh, that's right. Morimoto was part of the official preparation committee, wasn't he? Ayana addressed as we started sorting the papers. I think so. That's cool, they trust you. I wish they didn't. You say all that, but you're doing everything as asked. I can't help it. I mean, doesn't it feel, wrong to leave things unfinished? Or you're like that from before, wasn't I? Before. The air between us grew heavier with a mere mention of the word. Sakura Ayana has been my friend since kindergarten, but her memories are not complete. Don't remember how it happened, but everything from lower elementary school grades before vanished clean from her mind. Right. Probably sensing a potential drop in the mood, Ayana changed the subject with a cheerful voice. Did you know about the 7 mysteries of our school? The 7 mysteries is winding up dead the day after the miniature festival, one of those? You sound like you don't believe it. Of course I don't. It's ridiculous. I feel like this person's about to regret those words by this point, because I believe this is what the entire visual novel is about. Are you sure? They say there's no smoke without fire and all. You actually want that to be real? People dying and all? Ugh, well, that one mystery is not very cool, but I bet we have a serial killer fan in school who spreads those rumors. You've got no spirit for fun whatsoever. Spirit for fun? We're almost done with the papers before I realized. I glanced at a clock to see that it's almost time to call it a day. I've been busy. I've been looking forward to the miniature festival. Is it really something to get worked up for? I mean, it's different from a normal cultural festival, right? I don't know, but it excites me to think I'll be participating in a completely original school event. The reason you enrolled here was something similar too, right? You thought Miniature Garden would be a cool place to hang out at, or something like that. You only get to attend school once in your life. It makes sense to be picky about it. Well, not that I'm one to talk, attending the exact same place. And you barely got in. Leave me alone. The school is called Miniature Garden. One of the reasons for that is it literally looks like one, surrounded by a huge forest. Another reason is it's a pretty insular place. It has a rather unique feel about it, and most people that enroll tend to be on the eccentric side. And so our unique school had a unique festival of its own, one that was planned for tomorrow. It consisted of listening to the principal drone on for half an hour, then a few activities akin to a normal school festival, and that was all, pretty much. I've been to the cultural festivals of other schools, but they were nothing like ours. I liked the part where there'd be no classes on that day, but otherwise there was little to look forward to, at least for someone like me. Class next to us is planning to have a play. They're doing Rapunzel, but they say it's apparently boring to play it originally, so they tweaked the script a little. What was this Rapunzel again? The tale about long hair or whatever? Long hair? Well, I guess you could say that, but... So what did they tweak? I don't know the details, but they said they made the princess into a nonconformist. What does that even mean? Let's go and see. I can't say that I'm too interested. Don't be a wet blanket. I'm not interested. Let's go together. This didn't seem like it ended until I quiced? Yeah, whatever. I can go. Thanks. Now you're gonna have to treat me to that taiyaki too. But that was your scheme all along. It's great to have such a nice childhood friend. I'm gonna get back at you one of these days, just you wait. Haha, you're welcome to try. Bell rang, interrupting our insipid conversation. Gosh, there's a lot of words I don't understand. Homeroom was over, and so the students all rose like a wave, but when I was about to stand up, Ayana approached my desk. Yasunari, I'll stay behind to help them with other things. You go home alone today, okay? That Ayana returned to the students that still seemed to be busy with whatever they were doing. I didn't know whether I should describe her as assiduous or just too kind for her own good. I stood up. Well then, Yasunari, I guess we'll be going home together today. Itsukui, who had been listening to our conversation, approached me. Aren't you part of the committee? Don't you need to stay behind? Damn, I thought no one would notice if I just disappeared. That's what you get for forcing all that labor on unsuspecting people. No way I'm letting you have it out easy. No, you should know petty guys don't have much luck with girls. You don't seem too popular yourself. Is that your way of saying I'm not at all petty? Not really. I guess I was a bit off with that. Haha, you're an honest guy, Yasunari. After exchanging a few words with the guy, I finally left the classroom. It had pretty much become an established habit for me and Ayana to go home together. Most of the students at this school live in a dormitory. Neither Ayana nor I attended any clubs, and our dormitories were toward the same direction, so naturally we'd end up on the same road together, whether we liked it or not. Back in elementary school, I once ignored her and went home with a group of friends instead. She didn't speak to me for a week. It wasn't like she'd pull something like that again at this age, but, well, old habits die hard. Now that I thought about it, I remembered her being terrified of Japanese dolls, yet it seemed like the 7 mysteries nonsense of her school was somehow to her liking. I wonder when it was she got into the occult. 7 mysteries, huh? I said all that to Ayana, but I was actually pretty curious about them myself. I didn't believe in them, of course, but I had a hard time putting them out of my mind now. I mean, they might have just been baseless rumors right now, but there was something that must have caused them, and that's what I found interesting. Dying in an accident after the miniature festival, huh? It sounded more like a curse than a mystery. I had to admit, the atmosphere was quite peculiar, but the facilities in the inner yard were well kept, all things considered. I randomly glanced toward the inner yard to see an unfamiliar student standing there, at the edge of the fountain. Yasunari. The first thing that struck me were the long locks of silver hair dancing in the wind. I couldn't quite make out her face from the distance, but I immediately felt she was beautiful. I wondered what she was doing over there all alone. And what year was she? If she was in my year, I would have definitely noticed her before. As I was thinking, the girl's face suddenly turned to me. She noticed I was staring at her. Our eyes met without a doubt. How'd she notice? There was quite a distance between us. She continued gazing at me. For some reason, I couldn't bring myself to look away either. However, eventually she broke our gaze and continued to just absent-mindedly stand there. A pretty mysterious girl, if I ever saw one. As curious as I was, I had nothing to do but to continue walking. Before leaving the school, I tried glancing at the inner yard again, but she was no longer anywhere in sight. Yasunari! A voice stopped me as I was on my way back from buying a night snack at the nearby convenience store. Huh? Are you only just going home now? Yeah, our preparations for tomorrow are perfect now. I envy your energy. I stuck one of the snacks I brought out to my assiduous childhood friend. Huh? What's this? A reward for working so hard. You sure? Yay, thanks. That was quite a warm reaction for something that insignificant. No wonder she had many friends. Ayana happily stuffed my present into her bag. And with that, we began walking down the faintly illuminated evening road. Yasunari? Remember those 7 mysteries I mentioned? You sure love talking about them, huh? Just listen. If that actually happens tomorrow, and if I turn out to be the victim, what would you do? What would I do? Tried imagining to find Ayana's body lying in the gutter the day after tomorrow. I wondered how she'd look. Like, if she had her limbs cut off, or her insides gouged out, or something. I've seen those artistic or whatever killers do all sorts of crazy shit on TV. I don't even want to imagine what you're thinking right now. What? You yourself asked me the question. I wasn't asking you to imagine me all messed up, okay? I was just wondering how you'd feel. Well, I wouldn't feel good about it, that's for sure. I mean, a person I've spent most of my life with would leave this world in such a fucked up way and all. If that happened, would you try to uncover the mystery for my sake, huh? I mean, your precious childhood friend has died. Wouldn't it be natural to find out the truth? I think that's a job for the police. You got no passion. I don't want to have too much passion for stuff like that. If you were the victim, I'd investigate on my own too. You'd avenge my death? I want to figure out the trick. Intellectual curiosity has more of an effect on you, I see. I ended up answering half-jokingly to Ayana, but if something like that really happened, I too would probably be taken over by intellectual curiosity. But I wonder what gave birth to such a creepy rumor. None of the other upperclassmen I tried asking knew anything either. That's just how rumors are. They say there's no smoke without fire, you know. Yeah, whatever, I'm pretty sure some crazy dude just made it all up. Before I knew it, we were almost at the entrance to the dorms. There were separate buildings for boys and girls, of course. I was about to say my goodbyes, I suddenly remembered the girl in front of the inner yard. Hey, have you seen a girl with long silver hair in our school? Long silver hair? Can't say I have. I see. Why are you asking? I saw her kind of standing there in the inner yard today. Well, I bet we haven't met every single student in the school, you know. Yeah, I guess so, but I felt she was somehow different. I mean, she looked like she was from our year? No, not that. I don't know how to put it, but it was like I felt an aura about her or something. Well, I guess someone with long silver hair would stand out. I'll try keeping an eye out for her tomorrow. What, you got curious too? Yeah, real curious. I see, so that's what jealousy looks like. Hey, I'm not, worried you're gonna be taken by another girl or anything, okay? Awkward! You did your best. I'm not too good at these kinds of jokes, Master Jester. Like I said my goodbyes to Yana, who is still flushed from accidentally digging her own grave. I liked her for always being there to go along with my trivial small talk. In any case, it didn't seem like even she knew who that silver-haired girl was. I totally failed to explain it properly, but rather than standing out, she just had this mysterious air about her. So what? It's not like it was really my business in any manner of speaking. Maybe I'll try writing an SMS to one of my friends among the underclassmen. It wasn't really my business, but... And so came the day of the miniature festival. First thing in the morning, all students had to assemble in a gym and listen to the principal go on and on about what it means to be a functional member of society and whatnot. Then we'd spend a few hours participating in the attractions prepared by our schoolmates and head home. They didn't have the miniature festival back when they just established a school, you know. Itsuki suddenly addressed me on the way to the gym. Is that so? Yeah, I only learned about that after joining the prep committee myself. Why did they start? This ain't like a normal cultural festival. Principal has changed once in the past, right? It seems that's how it started initially. It's from then on we started having rumors of mysteries at the school and so on. Wonder if there's something lurking behind the facade of our school. Yeah, right. You sure lack imagination, Yasunari. Everyone prefers passionate men over dull ones, you know. Ayana told me the same thing yesterday. Well, but honestly, aren't you at least a bit curious about tomorrow? I guess. The gym was already packed with students as we entered. I tried looking for silver twin tails among the many heads, but I couldn't find anyone like that. I wonder if she hadn't come yet. Looking for someone? That's no big deal. In the end, the underclassman friend told me he knew of no such girl either. Have you ever seen a long girl with long silver hair in this school? Long silver hair. Is she cute? Couldn't see her face that well, but I think she was alright. I don't think I can remember seeing anyone like that. What about an ugly silver-haired girl? Nope. Then why'd you ask if she was cute? That was just so I'd know if I would even care to remember. I see you're a great guy. Oh my gosh. I didn't know her either way, so I decided to end the conversation. It seemed almost as though no one in school had seen her before, but she definitely was the kind to stand out from the others. Tried looking around for her again carefully this time, but I couldn't find her up until the end of the festival's opening ceremony. After that boring thing was finally over, we moved to our classrooms. We'd be opening our shop in about 15 minutes. Were you listening? I met Ayana on the way to the classroom. Yeah, who knew he liked horse sashimi that much? Said not a word about anything like that. Geez, you could at least pretend to listen a bit. But he looks like he'd love horse sashimi, don't you think? Well, he does, but still. I didn't know the inner yard was built to commemorate the passing of the previous principal. You were listening then, geez. She seemed tired. Ayana was always so serious, I couldn't help poking fun at her. I thought our inner yard was pretty beautiful before, and was wondering why it was forbidden to eat our lunches there. It all makes sense now. It turned out to be hollow ground, huh? It wasn't forbidden to enter or anything, but eating or otherwise messing around in its vicinity was a no-go. And I saw that girl there yesterday. Maybe that whole mysterious aura of hers came from the fact she was standing in such a place, and not necessarily from herself. Right, I tried looking for her. The silver-haired girl you mentioned? Oh, did you find her? No, I'm pretty sure I'd have spotted someone like that, though. I see. Itsuki said he's never seen her either. Maybe you saw a ghost or something. If it was in the inner yard, it was in the inner yard that I saw her, too. Whoa, the ghost theory is becoming more believable by the minute. I'm pretty sure I saw her in the flesh. That's to say, it wasn't an illusion of light or anything. Could swear I saw her, and pretty clearly at that. Her silver hair fluttering in the wind, crimson eyes. Memory alone was enough to make me feel still as being sucked back into that mystifying atmosphere. That was the kind of scenery that girl was a part of. I wonder if she skipped the speech. Yeah, she definitely had that lone wolf kind of air about her. Maybe we'll find her now that the actual fun of the day starts. Yeah. What do you want from her anyway? Nothing in particular, I guess, but look, if you happen to see a guy, like, bowing to the sun on top of a roof, wouldn't you get curious? I guess I might. Right. It's so weird it just stays with you. You can't help wondering what was up with that guy. Well, I might actually choose to ignore and forget I ever saw that myself, but I see your point. Glad you do. I was curious what she was doing out there, yeah, but above all, I wanted to make sure she existed at all. I felt as if I had run into something out of this world almost. I had to confirm whether that really happened or if I was starting to get weird in the head. Something's happened in the past with our main character here. So, I think I'm going to end this first episode here. Pretty enjoyable so far. We have not gotten to, like... Oh. We have not gotten to any of the... We have not gotten into, like, any of the main part of the story yet. This is hopefully a good introduction to some of the characters. Hopefully. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.